Oh, well, it's Monday, and somebody's getting shafted. That's right, today is Shaft versus Shaft. Don't go anywhere.
Previously on the Nerdy Ronin Network.
What? What? Squeaky chair, what'd you say? Oh, we're live? Oh, crap. Happy Monday, y'all. I hope that you had a delightful weekend. And now the work week is back and everybody's down. So I've brought you some great entertainment to talk about. It's fantastic. Let's get into it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for being here. And check out the description down below for links of things we enjoy and love here. They don't pay us. We just think they're great products. So, today, we're going to talk about Shaft. And there's a little bit of history here. Okay? Nerdy wife went to the dollar store the other day and was looking through the movies because she loves me, y'all. And she found this. Shaft. That's right. Samuel L. Jackson as Shaft. And I was like, it sounded interesting. I'm going to watch it. It sounded like a fun movie. And so I did a little research and realized it's a sequel to Shaft. We'll get into it. So, of course, I had to watch the first one first, and then this one. And they're completely different. But Samuel L. Jackson plays Shaft in both of them. It's a little confusing. Just hang with me for just a minute. All right. First thing we need to talk about here is Ernest Tidyman. I guess it's Tidyman. Could be Tidyman. Tidyman. Sorry. I'm trying here. He was born in 1928 and died in 1984. And I'm showing you this because he is the writer of the novel Shaft. Okay? And that's important. Not only was he writer of that, he was a great writer with lots of stuff here. He wrote High Plains Drifter, The French Connection, Shaft. He wrote 2 sequels to Shaft back in the 70s. Shaft was a blaxploitation films from the 70s about strong, independent, tough guys, and they were great, well loved by society as a whole. So he did 3 Shaft movies, a Shaft TV series, and then after he had passed away, as you can see, Shaft in 2000 was based on his book, and Shaft from 2019, the sequel, was also based upon the characters from his book. So, with that being said, let's look at the first one here. First off, Shaft in 1971 was played by Richard Roundtree. Alright, 1971, hour and 40 minutes, rated R. A cool black private eye John Shaft is hired by a crime lord to find and retrieve his kidnapped daughter. It was great. Fantastic movie. Alright? Then, you had the TV series here. Also played by Richard Roundtree, 1973 and 74. That was after, keep in mind, that's after 3 movies that made this character popular and made it what it is. And then in 2000, it was redone by the late John Singleton, a great director with some great stuff that he had done. Man, I miss him. He made great movies. But he did his take on John Shaft. It's a personal mission to make sure that the son of a real estate tycoon is brought to justice after a racially motivated murder. Alright? It is what it is. Christian Bale plays the bad guy, and, it's a fantastic movie. It's definitely John Singleton. It honored the character, in my opinion. Watching this, it was enjoyable. Some of it was a little, it was what it was. The portrayal of the racist white dude seemed odd in the story, just the way they did it. But Christian Bale pulled it off as a big jerk. It was what it was. It wasn't like Academy Award winning, but Samuel L. Jackson did a great job as Shaft. He pulled the character off. I enjoyed it. So now we get to the movie that Nerdy Wife got me, the sequel, which is Shaft. With the tagline, more Shaft than you can handle. And here's why. Samuel L. Jackson as Shaft, and Richard Roundtree as his uncle/dad, and Jesse T. Usher as Samuel L. Jackson's son, so Shaft Jr. This is complicated, however hilarious. Alright, because his son is politically correct. This came out in 2019. Politically correct. He's nothing like Shaft. Because Shaft is just, his fist, his guns, that's what, that, he can give you a look and you'll know you're in trouble. His son is politically correct and, soy milk drinking. So this makes a complexity in the story, and they make fun of all of it. They enjoyed the characters and giving it a twist where you've got Shaft on one side, who's tough as nails and a real man, and his son, who is not quite as tough and kind of, well, he's just, man, the jokes go on and on. Look, this movie, watch the first one from 2000, from the late John Singleton. Watch that one, and then watch this one, and it's hilarious. This is an actual sequel, alright? It's this was fun to watch. It's not better than the original. It's just a different type of movie. And I don't know if the director, Tim Story, and the writers were doing this intentionally, but it makes fun of the millennials and the politically correctness. I'm not so sure this movie could be made today. And it's just a couple years old. But I think Hollywood would think this was offensive, making fun of what they consider the norm now. So that's all I'm going to say. The jokes, they land, they're funny. It's lots of action. The story is fine. Hey, they did a great job. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do not think one is better than the other. I think it's a nice little set. And now that I have the sequel, I will have to buy the original because they deserve to be together. And I'm not sure that John Singleton, as great as he was, I'm not sure he could have pulled off this sequel this way. He was more serious. In the way he handled these properties that he did. The stories that he did. He was more serious. The sequel, is serious, but it has a huge comedic side, as you see the mirror image of the two Shafts, one being the original Shaft and one being the millennial politically correct side. It's great. So my suggestion is watch these movies. They're fantastic. And if you've never seen the 70s Shaft, you watch those too. Look, these are all rated R for a reason. There's some nudity, there's a lot of language, and there's a lot of violence. It is what it is. Alright, so if that offends you, then obviously don't watch it. Alright. But I gotta tell you, they were enjoyable. And I'm gonna buy them both. Now that I have one, I've got to buy the other. So there you have it, you guys. That's the Monday review from me and Squeaky. We both enjoyed it. It was fun to watch. It was an interesting Although my video's late today because I had to watch 2 movies, not just one. So that's on me. I should have checked that earlier. You guys, we love having you here. We're always glad to see you. And we'll be back on Wednesday with more shenanigans with Michael the Microphone, Bob Squeaky Chair, and this fat nerd. You guys have a great rest of your beginning of a week, Monday and Tuesday, and we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Have a good day.